So
Yeah.
Sharp. So this is really this is a New England classic, isn't it?
8BitMan and Sharp. Yeah, I mean, something to
Eight-Bit
be
Man's New
said.
England, right?
I don't,
Or am I thinking of someone else? No, I'm thinking of someone else.
you might be thinking of
8-Bit
someone
Man,
else. Yeah.
not from New England. So this is not a New England classic, but
But you gotta think that Sharp is at least familiar with the R.O.B
absolutely.
matchup, because you just
Yeah.
know, like, through all the online and offline play that they have been through. Yeah, they have definitely faced off against an Epic Gabriel. I'm pretty sure this isn't the first time they're facing 8BitMan in a bracket. I mean, just over the past year, they've definitely crossed paths. And indeed, we are seeing the return of the Sheik against a R.O.B that, of course, likes to control space. So what do? Go with one of the quicker characters in terms of ground speed in the entire game, and you try to see if you can just try to chip them down until you can see the circuitry.
Yeah. Like, you know, everybody hates boxing against R.O.B, but Sheik is probably one of the best characters doing it. And Sharp, you know, doing as best they can to keep things even, but even if the percents are even, that doesn't necessarily benefit Sheik. And the percents are not in Sheik's favor right now.
Not
Although,
in the least.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
A bit of an execution check there. 8-BitMan passed the test. Oh, don't get sniped. All right, making it back to the ledge. And 8-BitMan not even charging gyro, not setting up for those ledge traps. That's so creative. I haven't seen that from Sheik before. The falling needles into up tilt, trying to really get an extension there, but Nair at 153 is going to take that Sheik stock off the board for sure.
I mean, Sheik is this is one of the first times that that Sharp has used the same character against 8BitMan. I mean, this is the third time they're using Sheik against this R.O.B. The set count between them is at 5 and 4, so certainly a few times. I'd say that 9 counts as a few, but then again, there you go.
So sick.
Go,
That was so
man.
sick. The
Sharp
bouncing
is-
hit of the bouncing fish.
Sharp is
able
too
to
good.
catch R.O.B rolling back away. That was really, really slick from Sharp. And it really fortuitous kill to find. Now able to try and even up these percents on the second stock.
Yeah, I mean, Sharp is just too good. That was absolutely nutty. And now trying to establish stage control, piling on damage to this R.O.B, who again, pretty heavy lad, is not going to do too poorly in this situation. And that's going to be a Nair that sends 8BitMan off the stage yet again. But good spot dodge, trying to avoid a little bit of calamity themselves against Sharp, who again is so good at controlling space with his character and getting them in the air. It takes a little bit of a while for Nair to start up, so 8BitMan can't exactly react to everything that Sharp has to. So you have to ground yourself, you have to swing for the fences, and sometimes you connect with home runs like that up smash.
Yeah, no kidding. And it was interesting to me. I was really waiting. Sharp sat with full charge needles on there the whole time. And not really able to find a situation where they can find a look that they liked. Rob's sitting pretty. He's going to live that up air for a little bit longer. Probably sitting at kill percent, which is a sad state of affairs for Sheik, to say the least. Still asking questions at 153.
Yeah, but now if you're the Sheik, it's still it's a very scary situation, because you have to take both of these stocks off the table as soon as possible. You do not want a R.O.B hanging around. You don't want a heavy hanging around, quite frankly. You take that trade. You have no choice but to do so. I know that you're going to suffer a few hits. Maybe you're going to get down tilted and you're just not going to like it. But these combos, I mean, you're not getting nearly as much out of it as you would if you were, say, a Wolf or even a Joker. But I mean, damage is damage, and you just gotta have to be happy with that, because every second that you're spending on offense is a second that they are not spending on offense.
Yeah,
you're controlling the possession of the game, and you're fine with that.
That's a really good. I like that. I like that call of that, because like it really looks like Sharp has in that passage of play successfully slowed 8BitMan down, which is really what you need to do as Sheik. If you're not doing that, you're not doing anything. And now you can see, look at what 8BitMan is able to do with time and space. And if so Sharp's game plan from here on out has to be stay glued to that robot. And okay, I didn't see that side B come out, but that's something to look out for nonetheless.
Showing
nice
it
nair. Okay, keeping Sharp keeping 8BitMan in the corner, but now it's center stage. And now Sharp forced to land again. Percent's not looking pretty here. Oh my God! Dodges both of those projectiles.
Does well to mix up the recovery as well. That dare was ready and waiting. Could be getting him with the up air. And indeed does kill off of the top. 8BitMan trying to avoid it will instead, well, I mean, that's how you distance yourself. You go all the way into the blast zone and get a star KO. And this Sheik looking well in practice. Going to be looking for a top 8 spot now as Sharp goes up 1-0.
That was okay. Though that play starting with I don't know if that was a falling weak nair or a falling drag down up air, but being able to find, I'm watching that on the replay right now. It was a falling drag down up air into a forward tilt. That single hit up air won them the game. And like Sharp had, like we saw it earlier in the game on like second stock, beginning of third stock, Sharp was like fully warmed up, like, you know, fully moving at full speed, high octane, high APM gameplay, and you really need to have that confidence to go for a play for that falling forward air, because if you miss that, then you're boxing with R.O.B, and that's so scary to do. Okay, I love this character swap, because I think that you kind of stole a game there if you're Sharp. And I probably don't know if I like the Sheik's chances with the, you know, the caliber of adaptations that 8BitMan is able to bring to the table. So, you know, switching things up, going for the ZSS, which has substantially more kill power, I think may work out very well here.
Yeah, absolutely. Plus, you're not giving up a whole lot in terms of speed, and you have yourself a nice little Zero to work with as well. So some tools with which to counteract some of the negative space controlling options that R.O.B has. Maybe not all of them are quite as optimized as Gyro, because, you know, what can an intergalactic bounty hunter do against a top? But nevertheless, laser, yeah, that's not bad either. And very fast-paced game number 2, all things considered. Question is this gonna carry on as this starts out? Because Sharp is making no mistake about it. They want to stay in the face, you know, for lack of a better word, the face of R.O.B.
Oh, okay. The flip kick not quite finding pay dirt there. Homie Gyro hitting ZSS back to the stage, but was it actually the homie, because 8BitMan got a grab and a kill out of it?
Absolutely bonkers stuff thus far from 8BitMan, who again, just, it seems like standard R.O.B play, but that seems a little unfair to say. That's going to be down smash into the up B, and yeah, that's as good as anything you're going to find from a player of ZSS Online.
The reflector box of the side B, nullifying any impure thoughts that Samus had about using that gyro.
Now we're looking at this and seeing, I mean, it's Sharp maybe at a disadvantage, but what was it that was working with Sheik that just isn't translating with the ZSS, in your opinion?
Well, I mean, it's the, like, Sheik has such a much more specialized kit for, like, carrying her opponent across the stage, boxing at low percent, getting those, like, you know, those 17 hit strings that your opponent just has to watch. And ZSS can do that, but ZSS is more about using the movement to using the movement as a mix-up to set up for maybe like 2 to 3 hit confirms. You know, nair flip kick, catching your opponent like drifting away, air dodging, catching them with a side B, things like that. And 8BitMan, I think, is, well, I mean, clearly more than me thinking that, but they're clearly weathering that storm, and that boost kick is really only serving to give Sharp a little bit more breathing room, but you need more than that. Oh, back air is almost finding it. Rob can make it back though.
Yeah, Sharp looking again to catch him with that up B, and does so effectively. That boost kick. Well, I mean, it's you have to think that they played a ZSS or two in their time. So if nothing else, they've seen. Yeah, just a hunch. Just a hunch.
Yeah. Oh, I love that boost kick. Holding up, not snapping to the ledge. You already caught him in it, so you might as well get the damage. Sharp looking a little better on this final stock, but still taking the damage from Rob playing at range.
Yeah, 8BitMan not catching the recovery. Had to know he's going to jump, but nevertheless, Sharp not going to be able to catch this. Oh, man. You do not want to be hanging out above Rob.
Yeah. I'm shocked that none of those up air ladders resulted in. I'm shocked that Sharp didn't swing for an up B there. It's discipline for sure, but it's you hope that you're gonna find yourself in a situation like that again later in the match.
Yeah, and when you're talking about someone like 8BitMan, who again, so well practiced, just in the most general of senses, and again, as good a Wi-Fi Rob, or really as good as Rob as any you will find online or off. This is a tough situation to be in, because you're getting hung on to by a ZSS who doesn't even identify as a ZSS main, just a good fundamental player. So maybe they could just out-fundy you, plain and simple, with a character that has incredible ground speed and really good jumping ability. Beautiful landing in front of him, connecting with the F-tilt. Uses the top against them. And
they wanted to fall down past the platform, but they got caught on the platform. That was huge, giving 8BitMan a second lease on life here. And both of these players, the fact that they are able to avoid all of the critical strong hits from their opponent is insane to their survivability. And there's the falling side B that Sharp was looking for earlier. Finally finds the hit, working their way back, and using ZSS's full movement move